Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're going to work on filling out the fade out and fade in functions. So let's begin by coming to ft_fade out, and what we're going to do is call underscore fast travel fade value. We're going to say plus, then equals, and then we want our fade speed. So underscore fast travel fade speed times time dot delta time. Let's close that line off there. So we'll get this into the comments. We'll say increase fade value by fade speed. So like I said, we're going to have a black texture that's going to fill the entire screen. So when we begin to fast travel, we actually fade out the scene and increase the fade value that will increase the transparency of this black texture. And when it achieves full opacity, so let's get this into the code. So if open and close, inside the brackets, fast travel fade value. The first thing we'll do is make sure it cannot go above the maximum. So it can exist at a value between 0 and 1. If it tries to go over 1, so again, let's get this into the comments. If fade value is greater than 1, and then we'll come to the next line, we'll make sure it equals 1. We've done this quite a few times now where we make sure that the values can't go above the min or the max. We'll just make it equal to 1, so it's equal to its max. Then make fade value equal to 1, and if open and close brackets, inside the brackets, fast travel fade value double equals 1. So if it is actually at 1 exactly, so if fade value equals 1, then we want to change states. So let's just copy this from the previous function. Let's paste that in. And what we want to do is copy this naming convention, ft_move player. So let's change it there and in the comments as well. So let's just save that there. So we're fading out of the scene, we fade in our black texture, and we'll do more with the black texture when we come to creating the OnGUI function. So please don't worry about that. Obviously it's not going to work for now until we get the GUI function in place, but this line of code will manage it. We make sure we cannot go above the maximum value. If it is the maximum value and the screen's turned fully black, then we switch to the move player function. So let's just copy all of this and we'll paste it into the fade in function. So it works exactly the same, and we'll come back to this function in the next lesson. But basically, once the player has been moved to the fast travel point, then we need to fade the scene back in So this time we need to decrease the black texture. So we'll change that plus sign to a minus. And we'll also change the comment to decrease the fade value by fade speed. And this time we want to make sure that it cannot go below the minimum. So we'll change that to 0 and 0 there. And we also need to change this to the less than. And let's change the comment. So greater we'll change to less than 0. And we'll also change it there as well. And if the fade value is equal to 0, which means the fast travel has actually completed, then we need to change to FT, and we'll just go straight back to the reset function. So let's just copy that there into the comments as well. We also need to do one thing before we switch to this state. So let's come in between those lines there, and we'll say underscore fast travel in progress, and we'll set that to false before we switch the state back to reset. So let's get that into the comments, and we'll say set fast travel in progress to false. So let's save that off there. So just a quick one today. In terms of the video, we're just getting those two functions in place, and in the next video we'll come back and we'll fill out this function. These two are fairly simple functions. There's nothing we haven't done before, and as I said, don't worry about these two lines here, because as I said, they will work alongside our OnGUI function that we haven't got round to creating yet, but we will do in a couple of videos. So we'll leave it here for now. As always, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I hope to see you next time. And until then, as always, bye for now.